The Humane Society scrambles to deal with a huge influx of new animals. Police crack down on motorists near a north side construction site. And Milos Raonic advances to the quarterfinals at Wimbledon. Good evening and thank you for joining us. Thunder Bay and District Humane Society officials are pleading for the public's help to alleviate what's being called a state of crisis.
Their facility on Roslyn Road is always at capacity during the summer, but it's now overrun with cats after a pair of mass rescues on the city's north side. Ryan Benazzo has the details.
The sign on the front door of the Humane Society says it's closed for cleaning and maintenance. And on any other first Monday of the month, that would be true. But on this day, Executive Director Melanie Blanchette and her team are hard at work gathering kennels and anything else they can find to house more than 80 new cats that have been rescued in recent weeks.
It is a state of crisis. We are in an emergency situation.
Already overcrowded prior to a pair of recent mass rescues, the situation has now grown dire. Crates, stacked one atop the other, filled with rescued cats, are everywhere. In hallways, in the laundry room. Many of the animals await medical treatment. Space is running out, while veterinary bills are piling up.
We're talking about 80 plus animals that have been living in unsanitary conditions, that have been suffering through neglect and these ongoing illnesses. Several have got to the extreme where they're losing their eyes, and they're just so severely malnourished that they need immediate medical care. We have several nursing mothers and kittens that are in need of a safe and ongoing home.
Blanchette is applying for emergency grants. She's also been in contact with the OSPCA in Southern Ontario, hoping to find homes for the animals in other cities. The Humane Society has also slashed adoption rates from $150 to just $50. Currently, there are about 150 cats being housed inside the Humane Society. Blanchette says she's never seen anything quite like this, and she's asking the public to help in any way possible, either through donations. They need foster families, and of course, any families who are willing to adopt any of these cats at a fraction of the normal cost. Ryan Benazzo, TBT News.
The province has opened up its Disaster Assistance Relief for Ontarians program in the aftermath of June's flooding that left parts of Thunder Bay and northwestern Ontario underwater. The program is activated by the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing and provides funding relief after natural disasters like floods or earthquakes. The recovery program only provides partial costs, but eligible applicants could receive up to $250,000 in funding. Individual homeowners, small businesses, farms, and not-for-profit organizations have 120 calendar days to apply for the program. The program is currently open to residents in Thunder Bay, Conwy, Gillies, O'Connor, Nebing, Oliver Papoonge, and Shunya.
Vandals have struck a home near Hillcrest Park, stealing two signs that one homeowner put up to help pedestrians. High Street near Hillcrest Park has been a problem for pedestrians for years. Residents have complained that fast-moving traffic along High Street and a lack of nearby crosswalks makes the road a hazard, especially for young children. A group of residents appealed to City Council for help in May, but in the meantime, Amy Vervoort installed her own signs to alert drivers of the danger. The signs, bought with her own money, were installed on her front lawn. But Vervoort says she woke up this morning to discover the signs had been stolen. And she says she's not surprised given what she's seen here in Thunder Bay.
There is an overwhelming amount of just senseless vandalism in Thunder Bay, where you can put a hanging basket or some nice flowers out near the road and almost guaranteed they're going to get stolen or destroyed. And we sort of suspected, as when we put them up so close to the road, that they were likely to be taken.
Vervoort says she still isn't sure if she intends to replace the missing signs.
Thunder Bay drivers are being asked to smarten up after an enforcement blitz on the city's north side resulted in over 100 traffic tickets being issued. TBT is performing work on John Street and has temporarily closed the right-hand lane of that street. Signs have been posted indicating that the lane is closed, as well as telling drivers right-hand turns from Seacourt are not allowed. However, that hasn't stopped drivers from making the turn anyway. Police have been on the scene since last week, issuing tickets and cautioning drivers. Officers say drivers tell them they haven't seen the sign or don't see the danger, but police say there is a real risk to both construction workers and other drivers.
As you can see, there's people working there, but even worse than that, to make this right turn here from southbound Seacourt Street onto John Street, because of where the construction is set up, in order to make that right turn, the vehicles are actually proceeding into oncoming traffic to make that right turn. So it's a very dangerous situation. It's easily corrected by simply not making a right-hand turn.
As of this morning, police say 114 tickets had already been issued. Officers were still on the site throughout the day and say they are still seeing drivers making right-hand turns, even with police vehicles in the area.
Some big changes have been announced to the board of directors for the Lakehead Region Conservation Authority, as longtime board chair Bill Bartley has stepped down. Donna Blunt from Shunia will replace Bartley as chair. She was appointed during the board's last meeting at the end of June. Blunt previously served as vice chair. Member Jim Vesna takes over as vice chair, and the general manager, secretary, treasurer position will now be known as chief administrative officer. Tammy Cook, who has been employed by the authority for the past 11 years, will fill that role. Blunt says although there have been many changes, she calls it all positive.
Well, I'm excited to take on the position of chair of the LRCA. Bill's done a great job over the years, and I'm hoping to continue with that role. I would also like to congratulate Murphy on her retirement, and I look forward to working with Tammy and the rest of the LRCA staff. We have a great gang there, and it's going to be fun.
Major traffic delays are expected this week for motorists traveling on Highway 1117. The Nebing River Bridge, just north of Arthur Street, will be undergoing a bridge rehabilitation this summer. And to ensure the safety of motorists and workers, traffic will be reduced from 4 lanes down to 2, resulting in 1 traffic lane in each direction. Work is expected to begin on Wednesday, and motorists are again being reminded to obey and follow all traffic signs.
The OPP and the Canadian Coast Guard are reminding boaters to stay safe on provincial waters this summer. Police officers were at the marina this afternoon talking to bystanders about the importance of wearing a life jacket at all times while on a boat. Provincial Constable Diana Cole notes 80% of all boating fatalities involve people who weren't wearing life jackets. She says it's tragic that so many lives are lost needlessly on the water.
You know what's hard to see is when you attend a boating incident and you see the life jacket in the boat and it could have been on that person. Last year, 2015, in OPP area, we investigated 18 boating fatalities, and the majority of them were not wearing their life jackets. This year in the province, we have investigated 8 fatalities. No one was wearing their life jacket or personal flotation device.
Cole also wants boaters to be aware that open alcohol isn't allowed on a vessel unless it's anchored, and also has a cooking area and a bathroom facility. Boaters who are caught drinking and boating are subject to the same penalties as those arrested for drinking and driving.
More students than ever in the North will find work this summer as the federal government has announced a major funding boost to its Canada Summer Jobs program. The announcement was made today by Status of Women Minister Patty Hajdu at the Roots to Harvest Farm. Hajdu says the government will be providing $1.35 million over the next 2 years. That will fund over 500 new jobs in Thunder Bay and District. And for nonprofit organizations like Roots to Harvest, this program is crucial. The additional support allows them to hire 4 students for the summer.
Profit organization, so budget constraints are a reality for us, and so getting funding like this to provide wages for youth is crucial.
Northern Ontario has, it can be even more difficult for young people to find jobs, especially summer jobs, and oftentimes they're gone very quickly, sometimes before the end of school. So this gives just an extra boost to young people who are looking for summer employment.
Nearly 2,700 jobs were approved for funding in 10 Northern Ontario ridings.
And some of Canada's brightest youth are in Thunder Bay this month. They're taking part in the annual summer program SHAD, held at Lakehead University for the 17th year. And organizers say it's the perfect place for teens to learn and exchange ideas. Adriana Jung reports.
For the next 4 weeks, LU will be home to 65 high school students from across the country. The school is one of 12 Canadian universities hosting the annual SHAD program. Professor of Mechanical Engineering and Director of SHAD Lakehead, Dr. Sultan Siddiqui says it's a competitive summer program for the best and the brightest.
We bring in youth from all across the country. We provide them with a unique opportunity. This is like the gathering of some of the best young people that we have in the country.
The SHAD program has a focus on STEM, that's science, technology, engineering, and math. But the itinerary includes a broad range of things from academic lectures to physical activities as well. Siddiqui says the activities reflect the diversity of the students.
They're not just into academics. They're very well-rounded people. Some of them are accomplished musicians. Many of them are athletes. They're aiming for national teams in the next couple of years.
Debbie Data, a grade 11 student from Toronto, says she's excited for this opportunity to exchange ideas with others like herself.
I know lots of people have, whether they be like research projects or things that they've been working on and are working towards. And I think it's really great to collaborate with other people who we know who are high achieving and want to accomplish a lot because everybody brings different skill sets to the table.
Data spoke about what she's looking forward to the most.
I'm actually really excited to see the SHAD Speaks, which is pretty much everybody chooses a topic that they've researched or are knowledgeable about, and they make a presentation about it, describing it to the students. And we were talking earlier in the break room about what people are doing it, and they're doing it on crazy things that I've never even heard of in my life.
More than 600 students participate in SHAD annually across Canada. The program runs until July 29th. Adriana Jung, TBT News.
Turning to weather now, Adriana. It was a little humid out today.